Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I will be telling you all the things that I learned during my first semester of college. During this semester, I learned a lot of things about myself. I learned a lot about how just school and college works just in general, with all the work that you have to do and the exams and what is kind of expected of you. And so here are the major things that I learned in college. Let's just get right into it. Okay, and if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at the list that I created of all the things that I learned. The first thing that I learned is to plan as much as possible. I really tried to make sure as I went on that I planned as much as I could for when tests were or when homeworks were due and all of that, just putting it in my planner, as well as making like a study plan, a detailed study plan for each test that I had, of when I should look over notes, when I should rewrite notes, when I should do flashcards, and when I should do practice exams and all of that. So I just plan as much as you can. That's what I learned. That's the first thing that I learned. Second thing that I learned is ask questions, whether it's in class or during office hours or at the tutoring sessions, like the free tutoring sessions. The third thing that I learned, which I believe is really important, is making study groups and connecting with fellow students, just communicating with them and even asking them for help, like referring back to the second one, asking them for help. Asking someone who's kind of on the same level as you for help, who kind of understands it, is a lot easier than asking a professor who has like a degree or even 2 degrees for help, because they can explain it in a way that you are more likely to understand. And so that's something that I know that I really need to do more and focus on more next semester. Also, it's just good to socialize with other people and see how they study and how they get work done and getting tips from them as well. Which leads me to my next point, which is socializing. I didn't really socialize too much due to, Miss Rona, and I wish I had socialized a little bit more, even on the group chats for the classes, or create more Zoom study groups and just actually build a connection with some of my fellow students. So that's what I'm going to do more, and also socialize with people who aren't in my classes as well. I might join an extra club, just a social club instead of like a professional club or like a volunteer club or anything like that. Or I just want to focus on being really social and just making more friendships than I made this year or this semester. The fifth thing that I learned is, if I'm having trouble, just to reach out for help, whether it's with counselors, parents, friends, classmates. Just really reach out, and referring back to what I said earlier about asking questions, just ask for help, ask for advice about good tips to study, or tell them what you're doing right now and say, hey, like, how can I fix this? And talk to as many people as you can, or reach out to people that you know will really be helpful in your success. So I know that I need to do that a lot more, and that's a big thing that I learned this semester. Mental health is really important. Your health is really important. I didn't really eat as much as I should have, which probably helped with like me not being able to study as well as I could have for exams and all of that. I also just didn't really focus on that as much, or getting enough sleep. So I know mental health is really important. I still tried to make sure I kept like positive energy around me, but I definitely need to focus on those other things as well. Also, taking breaks and not just sitting there and studying for long periods of time, or just sitting there doing a bunch of work for long periods of time. Actually, taking breaks is really good for your mental, just to have some rest. One of the last major things that I learned this semester was that a professional club is really helpful. I am in a club that's kind of based around what I want to do, and it's more professional, and they provide a bunch of opportunities for like internships or shadowing. Even though it was virtual this semester, I still got a lot of like good information and good advice from people in that field that I'm trying to go into, and there was just a lot of opportunities. Yeah, there's also people you can talk to who are kind of going through the same things as you, even if it's a little bit different. You can socialize with those people, and they're kind of in the same boat. So if they're struggling like you're struggling, or if they're doing well, you can just talk to them, and that's something that I believe is really good. I'm glad I figured that out this semester. Alrighty, you guys, that's all I have for this video. I really did learn a lot. That wasn't even everything that I learned, but those were the major things that I learned this semester, and I will be putting those into use next semester and as I continue with my college and school journey. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful for you guys who want to kind of understand like what's the best move or the best things to do. Maybe you learned some good tips with this video. Hopefully you did, or hopefully you just enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram at TheRealShayH, which will be in the description box below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.